Hey there guys, James Piscopo here with the Bauer Group. Just wanted to pop on over to 888 Sheila for you and kind of get a better view of the outside of this house. I know we had some questions as far as what the backyard actually looked like, and it was pitch black when we came out, so we didn't get to see much. I was in the area, so I figured why not. So, first thing I noticed when I pulled up in the daylight is this wall. This wall is a problem. See how it's bowing out like that? Which essentially means this is filling with water and it's pushing your wall out. Exterior, the house looks all good. And it's so huge. It makes my SUV look miniature. I do really like this house. But this is most certainly a concern. Could also be used as a bargaining piece as well. Okay, so towards the rear here, I know it was really hard to see at night, but there was this fence that ran through, and it does run through in almost the exact middle of the property. So I'm assuming if you had dogs, or if you wanted your kids to stay on that side of the yard, you just put a little gate right there, right? And then they would have them kind of secluded in their whole little area right there. Here's the back side. Fence looks pretty good. It does drop off pretty aggressively back here, and I'll turn around to give you a point of reference as far as how far the house is. It's pretty far away. I mean, this is a pretty big yard. I don't think either of us actually saw this shed sitting out here either, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so over this way drops down into a hill a little bit, so the property line would essentially run from over here back down the side of that property to that fence right there. Hopefully that makes sense with my pointing. And then obviously you have the deck on the back side of the house that runs maybe 40% of the back line here, the whole side of the house. Just get a quick view of the inside here. All of this brick looks really good. Your deck is brand new. And just for fun, a little peek in that sunroom, right? Walk you over to the other side. Give you a view from that angle, and we'll get a view from on top of the deck as well. It's actually a much bigger yard than I thought it was going to be. It looked like it was kind of small when we were out here on the deck at nighttime, but it's certainly not. So your fence probably marks the property line and cuts right down through over that way. Get a view of the front yard here. You have another little nook here where your air conditioning is held. Obviously a 4-foot privacy fence that way down, and this leads into the front yard here, into the cul-de-sac area. Side of the house looks great. No issues with that whatsoever. And then lastly, we'll get up on this deck just to take a look. So this is another issue right here. I say issue with air quotes, right? They will flag you on a home inspection. This is not up to code. There's supposed to be a riser right here, which is essentially a board that sits right there. Actually, I don't think riser is the right term. I'm not a carpenter. But I do know that there's supposed to be a board there, for the simple fact of the matter is you don't want your foot to be able to get caught or fall down in there, right? So there needs to be a board applied right here, almost exactly where they left the space for it. So that way you end up kicking that instead of going through. Sorry for the caveat there. Just, something that's kind of important. Small amount of damage here. And here's your view from the top, guys. Really cool house. Neat yard. And try to get a view around the side there. So that's down towards the driveway. I hope that helps. Hope that gives a little bit of clarification of what the yard actually looks like. It's bigger than I thought it was, that's for sure. The only thing that I don't like as I'm walking around out here, this is kind of normal. I mean, it's old. They should have had flashing. You could certainly use a repair. But that's a really simple issue. Your retaining wall out front on the driveway is another thing, though, that could get expensive. So, if interested, something to take into account and something to most certainly use as a price reduction. Take another look at it for you here. See, it starts to bow out here, and you can see where it's popped right there. This corner section is fine, and then it's popped right here. That is the worst part of it. Edges out pretty far. So they have a couple fixes for that, but that is something I would definitely talk to a foundation person about before DIYing. That's it, guys. Any questions, feel free to give me a call. I'm always here to help. Bye now.